What's going on everyone, it's Justin here, and today I'm going to bring you an in-depth camera test on the HTC One M8. In this video, I'll be running through the interface of the camera application, but also giving you some test shots of each function that this camera features. It is said to be one of the selling points of this phone, so let's go ahead and take a look. So as you may know, in the HTC One M7, HTC took a different approach to the camera. Instead of going towards the higher megapixel rays such as Samsung, Sony, and most other companies are going towards, they decided to step back from that and go with a lower megapixel camera that they believe took better images. This is what HTC calls the UltraPixel camera, with a sensor size of 1/3 of an inch, f2.0 aperture, and a 28mm lens. And on the top, you've also got an additional crazy looking camera, and what that is for is to capture depth information on each image you take, allowing you to focus after you take the image and also add some cool effects. However, what is special about the UltraPixel camera is the pixel size, coming in at 2.0 microns as opposed to a 1.1 or 1.4 microns pixel that you'll traditionally find in higher megapixel cameras. And by doing so, HTC claims that this is able to capture much more light into each pixel. On the front-facing camera, you have a 5 megapixel camera and also the ability to record HD video. So now we're going to take a look at the camera application. With Sense 6, it did come with quite a few improvements both visually and functionality, and here you can see they do give you quite a bit of customization in terms of taking your images, from different scenes to changing your ISO, your white balance settings even, and also stuff like your live filters, which personally I don't really use a lot, but they're there if you need them. You can also go into the additional settings to pick the different places where you want to store your images, whether it's on your storage or your SD card, your camera options, different functions for the volume button, whether you want that to start recording, taking pictures, and just some stuff like that. And you also have your flash on the top, whether you want to have it on, off, or automatic. Moving on to the video, you could still have all the customization when it comes to the ISO, the white balance, as well as the live filters, and again you have all your settings in terms of the grid, a lot of which are expected. You can also see that the switcher interface is also revamped. In my opinion, it looks great with the rounded layout. You have your Zoe camera, which again personally I never really found myself using on the HTC One, and you can also swipe through the screens to switch between the front and the back facing camera. And the front facing camera mode is actually called selfie mode, which automatically has a timer to take the images. And using the dual capture mode, you could take images or video from the front and back facing camera at the same time. Great for vloggers out there, and a feature that we first saw introduced in the Samsung Galaxy S4. Last, we also have the Pan 360 function, which is pretty much identical to the concept of photosphere first seen on Nexus devices, allowing you to take pretty much 360-degree images, but that does take quite a few minutes. So now we're going to take an image and go into the gallery and show you some of the additional features or settings they give you in order to tweak the image to your perfect liking. There's also the share button there, which allows you to very easily share to your favorite networks or storage devices. And under edit, you have your different focusing effects that utilize the secondary camera, which I'll actually go in more in depth when I take a macro shot with the camera, but there you can see they have the seasons, the foregrounder, the U focus, 3D dimension plus, which gives you a different kind of dimension to your images. Again, this is all utilizing the depth information taken by the secondary camera on every image, and there you go. Under the effects, they give you the option to add different filters and also even add custom filters, as HTC have said that they are going to be opening up the camera API to developers. You can also do additional tweaks such as cropping and straightening your image. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the images. These were all taken in the auto mode, and see how it really just handles it the way it is, the way that the average consumer will be taking the image. So I'm going to finally shut up here and you guys can take a look at the slideshow.
Can't sit back and watch you destroy yourself.
So moving on to the video, as you know, it can take 1920 by 1080 resolution full HD video, and some people may have expected a 4K video camera, as a lot of these flagships coming out nowadays, or some that even came out late last year, featured 4K video recording. However, that is not the case here. One of the revolutionary features on the HTC M8 is the dual camera. By utilizing the secondary camera to store depth information including foreground and background subjects, it allows you to use special effects built into the Gallery app to allow you to refocus whether it is on foreground or background objects, and even add some cool effects such as seasons and foregrounder, as you can see here. At times it worked very well, and at times it looked extremely artificial, but I feel that it definitely does have potential, a lot of which is going to be done by third-party developer support. But other than that, at this state in time, it is more of something that HTC can make an advertisement about, but in my opinion, it was just pretty inconsistent in its performance. But where I did find it worked well is by using the U-focus, you focus on the item you want focused, and it really just blurs out the background even more. Through foregrounder, it also had some cool effects, and some of them actually looked pretty good, however they are somewhat artificial. And now time for a look at the front-facing camera, which like I mentioned takes 5 megapixel stills and up to 1080p video in the front, so here's just a quick clip and an image taken with the front-facing camera. Hey guys, so I'm actually just editing the camera test video right over here. So what do you guys think about the video quality on the front-facing camera of the HTC M8? So now taking a look at the Pan 360 function, I have to say I was somewhat disappointed. I have used the photosphere function in the past, and I found that it did work pretty well even under non-optimal conditions. However, in this case, I actually did practice it quite a few times, and I was probably in the best possible conditions for this function. But as you can see, it did have some troubles aligning certain things towards the left side, but I definitely think this can be fixed through the software, but nonetheless it does give you quite a cool effect. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to let me know in the comment section what you thought about the video and photo quality of the HTC One M8 and the performance of the dual camera and some of the additional features. But also let me know in the comment section what other videos you would like to see me do on the HTC One M8, and hopefully I will have the Samsung Galaxy S5 in soon and bring you guys the same amount of coverage. I'll see you all in the next video.